Hey guys, what's up?
What is up? Oh,
I'm
in the
Ensign
ceiling.
Foley.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Was
lower decks.
no?
We're all
Oh,
ensigns.
well. I mean, you were a captain at many a point in your life, and stuff keeps going wrong because you always say, if it ain't a dreadnought, it ain't worth it, and so you keep trying to buy another nacelle, shove it onto whatever ship you're assigned, and you get mutinied all the time because it's just
Well,
so much hard work for an obsessive
usually I
thing.
usually I can get it attached pretty good. It's just redirecting the plasma conduits that usually ends up blowing up the ship. So then I get demoted, and it's just the whole thing.
And then you somehow you re-promoted. It's very confusing. Mm.
I'll never tell you my secret.
Is it Andorian whiskey? Giving it to the brass up there?
Could be Romulan ale spiked with Eldebrian whiskey and Tellarite cocaine. Who knows? I mean,
And Tholian eyedroppers, because that shit's powerful on carbon based. You know, don't know if you ever had Tholian eyedroppers. Just helps
yeah,
them see, but for us, woo! Not I've ever had any, obviously.
I think we're live actually.
I shouldn't say you were, but I assumed. Oh, there's a lot of good joking here that they're never gonna get.
Hopefully they can hear us both because we didn't do a sound test this time, but that's okay.
Oh, well, nothing changed on our sides.
But that doesn't matter. You know
Doesn't
that.
matter. Hopefully,
Cap.
you guys all watched the edited review earlier, and now we're going to do
Yeah.
it detailed because this one definitely needs a detailed, moment by moment almost breakdown. Goodness.
Well, Ensign Chili Vina throws in $2. First super chat is dedicated to Becky.
Just watched it as
I
well.
don't get it.
I just watched it
Get
as
it.
well. Becky. Is Becky the Tendy? I hate her. Is it her Jen? I'm confused.
I am also confused.
We are smart. We make this live stream go.
And yeah, Chuck and Richie, we did know we were live. We were just messing around with you guys. Ensign Montgomery puts in $2. I like Space Cheers. It's full of cool pictures. Yes.
That's good. I
You
like
know,
that.
the one thing that bugged me about that a little bit was that Mariner lived on the station and she didn't know that. I guess she might have been younger. She might not have been able to go to the bar. Didn't. But she didn't know that Kirk and Spock had been there, you know?
It was quite a large signing. The fact that she didn't see it. Because when you drink, normally you look down at your glass and you pick it up. It's right there. It would have been nice if it was like somewhere secret. You know, like something, another step was required. But yeah, I can imagine it's kind of a gentle dive bar. Or maybe even for like older people. Because, you know, if captains went there. You know, Kirk wasn't young when he took over the Enterprise. And Mariner's, well, I guess Mariner's about close to that age at this point. Huh.
I get the Becky reference now. How dare you come back to the station, Becky? Becky! Beckett Mariner.
Yes! That was
Yeah.
fun. I didn't catch it the first time. Because it's very, very
Yeah.
quick. There's a lot of very quick jabs in this one.
And from now on, anybody that super chats during the lower decks is going to, if they have a captain or a sergeant in front of their name, it's going to be Ensign. I've spoken. This is the way.
That's the wrong show. And all those that do can open jars of pickles. Because we're going to keep that
Yes.
on.
Ensign Ozzy, I'll just add, he's not a president today. He just puts in $2. Becky is Mariner.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured that shit out thanks to you guys in the chat. You guys are awesome. That's why we like you being here. Because when our brain don't work, you help.
Yes.
You know, happens occasionally.
Yes. I'm trying to get these pictures up, but how many pictures do you make? Because this premiere is like drug.
There was too many for this one.
Yeah, I felt you might have bottlenecked my machine with how many pictures there were. 1,500. Gosh. And they're all hand done, guys. They're not like every frame. You had to manually press. You had to press that button 1,500 times, Stuart. Oh my god.
And every now and then I miss a frame that I want, and I get like, and I gotta go back, and I gotta delete like one or two that I we're after it, and it's
Oh
like,
god damn! If that ain't
I know,
dedication.
it's hard work, man. It's hard work being us.
See, when I did that for 2.5 years, I didn't do that many.
I know you didn't. You get like a picture of one scene, and I'm like, I like the different facial reactions, just in case depending on what we're talking about. You never know what you might want to show.
Yep.
So better to have too many than not enough. But then sometimes it's like, whoa, that was a lot at the end, because I don't realize how much I'm doing it.
It is funny to go back to like some of the old folders and see our very first Discovery review. For our entire 45-minute review, it was our first time. Do you remember how many pictures we did?
No.
60.
Wow. See.
And that was enough?
And then I always compare like what I do for pictures for you with notes, subtitles, and then my subtitled one, because I gotta get every subtitle, and then one or two things I want to talk about specifically that might not have a subtitle. So my folder is 1,097.
Wait. But I've got 1,500 pictures.
Yeah.
So you've got less than me. Oh, so another bonus folder, you mean?
Yeah, this is my notes. This is all the subtitles.
Should be 2,500 reference. Now, I assume that's on the absolute highest end that you've done for one of these. That's got to be.
Yes, absolutely. This is like one of the most. Yes, this and episode 2 of this season as well, with all the references and stuff. I was trying to like.
But that one, they were all in shared frames. This one, they are going between so many locations to the point of extreme. Like, and there are aliens only appear in one frame, like one moment that are like what? But
and I'm not necessarily sure I got all of those either. But yeah, there's. Oh my God! Eric Martin throws in a $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Eric. By the way, we need to go out and get some food sometime, my friend. He says I haven't been on chats as my clients have been burying me in work.
Oh yeah.
Soon we will get my bill.
Yes.
Soon we will get my bill. So, only fair, I pass them along to you hardworking guys. Thank you very much, Eric.
Yeah.
Marco Von Osh has joined the channel at the rank of commander.
Hey.
Welcome aboard, Ensign.
Demoted instantly.
Yep, instantly demoted to Ensign. And I think he was trying to like get me on that because I just said that everybody's going to be an Ensign today.
And that was a joke within a joke, but thank you. I mean, those, as I'm sure you'll say when we do the sharing, those memberships mean a lot.
They're a huge deal to the channel, absolutely, and to the algorithm, and to YouTube.
Yeah,
actually, YouTube that you guys are invested in. We have a following, so yeah, big deal.
Oh, Richie, good for you.
Well, you don't see all 1,500 during these. Samuel kind of picks and chooses, but I like to give him more than not enough.
Well, the big reason why because the algorithm, the thing you're saying, have you done copyright content? I can't show things in quick succession, otherwise it flags you. So you've got to be very selective and not show too many in a row. So I have been flagged twice, I believe, for being too generous with showing stuff.
Well, usually that's when you put it on a slideshow. So it's a steady stream. So it looks like to the algorithm that it's actually showing the So yeah, that was at least once you had it on a slideshow. Just thought we'd try that, and yeah, I got flagged right away.
Got bit in the butt with that.
Yeah. Ensign 51 throws in $10. My $5 super chat got upset and doubled. Oh, yeah, that should be a thing. Everybody should double their super chats today.
Oh my God. I mean, we had a real bad month last month, and that would certainly. Wow, you've created a monster of a good idea there.
Anywho.
Well, arguably, everyone could say, "Oh yes, my 1 was a 2." And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, my 50 cents was $1.
Or for Eugene, my 12 rubles was 24. It's like, okay, thanks for that. I'm gonna start sharing.
Yes, please do.
See you in a minute.
Yeah, 74 people here, 35 likes, guys. That's pretty good, but we can do better. Hit that like button. Dying here. I want to get 50 likes right away. We can probably get 75 likes, but let's get 50 likes. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And but yeah, so super chats, as you saw, super chats are a great way to support the channel and help us out. We really appreciate that. Lets us know that you love us, and we love that. We love seeing that interaction, and we do read them all out on the air. So if you can, please do. There's also PayPal at trekyards@hotmail.com. All the information for all that kind of stuff to help us out is in the description of every video. So if you want to check that out as well. There's also the Teespring and the TeePublic store down there where you can get yourself some really cool Trekyards merchandise. We'd really appreciate that because it's really fun to see you guys wearing it. We don't get a lot percentage-wise out of that, but it is fun to see the merchandise out there and see it on you guys because that's really cool, especially at conventions, seeing the shirts and stuff. So, as you saw with Ensign Marco Van Osh, who's joined the channel at the rank of Ensign, you can join the channel. There's a join button there. Click that, and you get to select. It's like a monthly amount that you can, like a subscription almost, to join the channel and be part of Club Trekyards. So you can do that, check that out, and help us on a monthly basis that way. If you can't afford super chats during every live, one monthly payment of like $5 or $10 is a big deal and helps us out. So if you can, please do consider joining the channel. Also, don't forget that you can go over to Patreon/Trekyards and help us there as well. It's another monthly way. And just like the video. Hitting that like button is also super important, as is leaving comments on regular videos as well. It just shows interaction with the channel. So if you guys can, please do so. Ensign Chili Bina throws in $4, $2 doubled to $4. Will there be more? Yes. Oof. Oh, I should have waited to read that one until after Samuel's back. I'll read it again. Egotastic Fun Time is reporting today that the Orville Season 3 will premiere in February. Not a shock. Picard Season 2 is going to be in February as well, so there is that information. So we'll be busy. We'll be busy. Guess what, Samuel?
Okay, I'm going to guess. Hold on. People that love us have made a second YouTube account called their name Doopler, and now we're getting double posts.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good joke, guys.
Egotastic Fun Time is reporting that Orville Season 3 will be premiering in February, so same time as Season 2 of Picard.
Different day, though.
Good to know. Good to know, yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, that's a good amount of time for post-production as well. Okay.
Yeah. But Ensign Chili Bina throws in $4 and says $2 doubled to $4. Will there be more? Yes, he says.
Okay, Chili Bina, your hair looks weird. You feel embarrassed. Your family know that you can't spell bean correctly, and you wet the bed until you were 9. So you're now embarrassed.
And you're clearly not a captain. You're an ensign. So stop trying to promote yourself.
So it's okay, and so that's great. We get to be embarrassed. Our best super chatters early on, and then insult them at the end, to restore unity. My God.
And Ensign Chili Bina goes on to say, double read the comment, the double chat. Because I read it when you were sharing. I'm like, oh, I got to reread that when Samuel comes back on because I'll get a kick out of that one. And then, so yeah, maybe I should read every super chat twice now. Yeah. Ensign Montgomery throws in $2.50. I'm belittled as Ensign, so I'm taking back half. So he says, I'm belittled as Ensign, so I'm taking back half. Oh, good God, this is going to get older real quick.
Well, I don't know. One time you did say to Gloria you in your house, and you did that for every single super chat, and it was impressive.
I know. So if you want to hear your super chats read twice from now on, super chat away.
And at least one of you will be an ensign, but not always guaranteed. Because sometimes you can be computer clone dupled, which means one of you will actually stay the rank. So Stuart,
Dan23 says Star Trek Day did say that there's going to be 2 Star Trek shows on at one time. Yes, Prodigy starts October 28th, and then Discovery. No, yes. No, what? Discovery?
Yep.
What? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, already.
Discovery Season 4 starts November 18th. So yes, there will be
3 episodes of one, which is astounding and annoying, and on the same day. So we'll do our Discovery content. Do the first 3 Prodigies, then swap Discoveries on Friday, and then do Prodigy review on Monday.
Yeah, we'll mix it up. But...
just means that weekend's going to suck even more.
But we do it because we love you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, Eric, you should consider doubling your super chat amount, by the way. Or buy me lunch, one or the other.
So, Stuart, what did you think of Lower Deck Season 2, Episode 5, Embarrassment of a Doopler?
I liked it. I thought it was a lot better than the last 2 episodes. I think I enjoyed Well, I originally thought it was better than the first episode, but it wasn't because I just remembered like the first opening bit of the first one, which was fantastic. But honestly, I think the second episode's maybe a little bit better than this, but not much. So we'll see how my score lines up there.
Because
I'm
you don't
not
know
sure what
you don't know your score still. That's
I
completely
don't know what
abstract.
I don't know what I scored for that. So yeah, anyway, we'll see what that's like. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Some fun stuff. The Doopler stuff got a little bit dumb at some point, and I wish they would have kind of changed it up a little bit so that he got smaller as he. But whatever. It's basically they should have called it The Trouble with Doopler, but then we would have known what we were in for. So, it's interesting that way. But other than that, the Mariner and Boimler thing was fantastic. And the Tendi and Rutherford with the model. I like the model because I do models. So that was cool.
And briefly, Richie says, last load X is October 14th, and Prodigy starts 2 weeks later. So we actually have a 2-week break, and then I guess maybe Prodigy wasn't quite done. They wanted to shift it. So we do get a 2-week rest break, which is nice.
Yeah, they were like, Trekyards needs a break. That's what they said. They're like, when should we schedule this? And they're like, Trekyards, we're going to be running 2 shows concurrently for a while, so we need to give them a break. That's what happened.
Well, because everything has a week lead on, we only have an 8-day break before it starts again. We get 1 week break because we still do.
It's okay. It's our spring break, but this will be a fall.
It's a
break.
half-term holiday, Stuart.
There you go. Yeah.
Although it'd be our first quarter-term holiday because there's 5 shows coming out. Oh my god, so many things.
Ensign Chili Venus puts in $8.
Thank you.
Demoted and embarrassed. What must y'all think of me? Oh no. That means it'll happen again. And so I'll read that again. Demoted and embarrassed. What must you all think of me? Oh no.
But actually, if I insult him, the super chat will have to half, won't it? Because he's now only one of him. Chili Beaner, your captaincy is an embarrassment. You should be embarrassed. No, that's damn it! I made him double super chat. No, I was trying to make him half it. Oh god. Because how's the difference between embarrassment and insulting? It's like I said, insulting the embarrassing insulting. I'm gonna have to think about this. I have to insult you next to make you okay, but I can't embarrass insult you.
Well, he's sitting there with no pants on watching us right now, so that's embarrassment. There you go.
Well, that's something else, Stuart. That's we know what that does to a Doppler.
I mean, I'm not wearing pants.
Oh, trousers, you mean?
Or anything.
I was thinking actual pants. So I was like,
well, that's why I said it. I'm not wearing anything. Going commando with nothing.
As Mariner does apparently normally.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught that. It's a very offhand odd.
I didn't put underwear on for nothing. Yeah.
Like what?
No, that's kind of hot actually. But anyway, Olivia Julius, $10.
Thank you. No. Rank's important. Demotions are important.
Oh yes. And Ensign Julius puts in $10. So should we be wearing slants? I think you mean scants. I feel like we should be wearing scants. Should I put them in the bag just in case? I don't want to be the only one wearing a scant. So should we be wearing scants? I feel like we should be wearing scants. Should I put them in the bag just in case? I don't want to be the only one wearing a scant.
You always are, though.
And I love, right? I love how Mariner's like, scants haven't been a thing for a while. Pay attention.
I'll get there when I get there, Stu. That's a costume conversation I want to have.
Yeah.
And just
Mark Lawrence.
And just for record, guys, every other week we have all our sub conversations early in the day. This is our first time discussing any of this stuff in detail. So very raw. Normally we have these, we know we're going, but this is all like fresh.
Yeah. Our Ensign Mark Lawrence puts in $5. Loved Richard Kind in the part, though, a Star Trek alum. Yes.
Stargate.
Yes. Stargate, sorry. Yeah, he was the one that had the little force field thingy and was...
Lucius, yeah, good job.
Yeah. Actually, Sylvia recognized his voice and said, that's the guy from Stargate. And I'm like, what? Which one? And she told me, and I'm like, I can kind of hear it now. But yeah. But anyway, loved Richard Kind in the part, though. Stargate alum. There you go.
And as weird as it is, it was actually in, obviously, Atlantis, like you saw. He's actually in the Stargate movie as one of the technicians.
Yeah, he's the one that, when they draw on the screen, he's like...
And when the Stargate opens, he drops a pen out of his mouth. So he's noteworthy in the role.
Yep. He's been in everything. Look up his IMDb.
Yeah.
He's one of those faces. He's just been in everything.
Well, he's got a voice, actually a decent actor. He does play different parts. Like he has a few tracks, but he has got a couple of tracks.
He's a very mud-like character, like actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
so Stuart, What did you think I thought this episode, or just ask me because we already talked about it earlier?
What did you think of this episode, my friend?
I liked it. I liked it more on second viewing because the car chase felt shorter. Not to say it was that long. I think that's the only real downside of this episode is that the car chase is very reckless, and really Mariner killed some people in that chase.
Yeah.
Like, she's not going to avoid everybody. It's not practical. Now, obviously, modern medicine, they can heal people, but people actually got hurt from that, I'm sure. It just didn't show it. So I wish there'd been, like, a note where they say, you know, automatic pedestrian avoidance program activated, so she can focus on driving and it sort of swerves out of people's way. Small thing, but she definitely hurt some people. But it's a joke, yeah. But it's quick on the second time round. Lots of good character stuff. Every story fits well. Every character does reasonably well. Some little moments that we'll get into. I think my favourite of the season. I don't know if I'm going to rate it yet. We haven't got there yet. But this was an epitome of the using the Star Trek universe, and they tend to do that, but here they truly did it. Like, not in a, you know, the museum, their throwaway. Here's a museum piece. Here, just living on a station is how you do it so organically. Beautiful. Like, a lot of really good lived-in stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And let's see, we got Ensign Chili Bina throws in $4 and says, "I'm insulted now because you assumed I'm a man. I'm insulted now because you assumed I'm a man. Are you Samuel? You can't assume anything."
I mean,
honestly, if you look at our analytics and you look at our demographics,
oh yeah,
males, females. So,
I didn't even think I gendered. I just said words.
Yeah, I didn't think you did either, actually.
Well, cool. Well, you know what? We don't know is we're going to assume you're a Gorn. I think that's only fair. You know,
thrusting nipples of power. Hopefully, that's not offensive.
Thrusting Gorn milk ducts of power. Multiple. I should find that clip because I said that in total seriousness.
I know. We should have a Gorn character. He can be a scientist, you know, wear his lab coat and have thrusting nipples of power. And it's like, what the hell are you talking about?
I said it in, like, I know, yeah, but there must have been some reason for me to say it.
Because he wasn't not a standard uniform, just like a lab coat with like the Gornness, you know, hanging out. You know,
because there's been 3 things I've said that have been like so absurd like that.
Well, Ensign Chili Bina says, "I'm not genuinely offended." LOL. So.
You wouldn't give us money if you were. It's fine. We're all bantering. It's good. You know, we're in good humor as Team Trekyards. So yeah, let's get into it then. First scene. Very TNG-esque. I like it. I like the acting. I like the ambiance. I like the attention to detail. It's kind of very, very good opening.
Now, is this the briefing room? It looks like the briefing room. It's got the thing draped across the top. But is it, though? Because a lot of times in TNG, we saw, like, where they were doing the painting of the nude person. It was the same kind of room. We also get where Kern comes aboard, and they have the meal for him. I don't necessarily think that was the briefing room. I think it's one of the outer, like, rooms.
I could buy that.
But, yeah, just interesting that way they have it decorated and very nice.
The real test would be, are the chairs the same red? Because that'd be a nice way of saying it's a different room while being the same kit bash room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I quite like that actually, because I mean he doesn't need to be on the bridge. This you know, yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, just it's a good scene. They give a good exposition. They're taking this alien that can duplicate.
A Doopler.
It's
a Starbase 25. Yes.
It's an involuntary reaction. It just happens, and they've done the whole trip successfully. Well, they're quite annoyed that it's not prestigious by any means.
And Chuck A says, Antedians are the fish people. They're not people. We're not people.
Which is I laughed out loud for that.
Yeah.
Is this the funniest episode this season? Because I think it is, actually.
It is, yeah. Absolutely it is. Yeah.
I couldn't help myself a few times with, like, laughs. Yeah.
I love the whole conversation, like, or when he drops his fork and Ransom's like, "Woohoo!"
Yeah.
But then the whole thing of how the hell do we get on Doopler duty? It's okay. We're going to this captain's conference, and because I was one of the heroes of, you know, helping with the Packlids, and she's still bucking for that promotion. That's like her whole arc this season, to get that promotion to a capital ship. You know, so.
Which is funny because she's already a captain. Like, the promotion aspect is just, well, just to better class of ship. But it also means leaving behind the Cerritos, which you assume they'd have a certain sense of pride for. So it's interesting the way they play this. That's obviously like her arc, but she's not proud to be here, even though she is. It was a means to better things. I'm interested to where they go with it.
Yeah. But we hear about this infamous party where Admiral Slattery got drunk and commandeered a light cruiser and got halfway to the Delta Quadrant before he sobered up.
What a line.
Yeah.
And that's one of those times I'm glad they didn't use an existing Admiral, because to name drop people we don't know is as important as ones we do know. You know.
Yeah.
Although obviously that's an exaggeration, but it's a great little exaggeration. Just steal a light cruiser. What the hell? You should know better. Jesus. Yeah, and I love how they don't even care about the conference at all. They mention it once and never again. It's always about the party. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Well, the next scene, the first line made me laugh out loud because it's like, basically, all this job feels like is stacking crates in storage bays. What's next? Crate stacking in storage bay 7. It's like, because you see all these crates or containers always stacked up in cargo holds, and you're like, you never really consider that somebody's got to stack all that shit. So I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I actually kind of laughed at that too, because what I like about this scene is that they're doing grunt work that's needed to be done, but Marina's doing it without complaining about it per se. She's complaining that they keep doing it, but not that she is doing it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So she feels professional here, just classic workplace. This is all we're doing. So I liked that they're actually doing the real job. It's not buffer time. It's not she's getting in trouble. It's like good to see him do the actual job. The meaning, you know, the menial job. So I liked that. A small note, but I quite liked it.
Ensign Devo 77X says, it's funny, the voice of Ransom is the husband of Rebecca Romaine. Yes, Jerry O'Connell. They've been married for a while now, and they're both number ones. They made a joke about that on Star Trek Day. It's like, he's like, yeah, we see our therapist all the time. You know, she always says she's the number one of the house, and it's like, no, I clearly am. So they fight about it a lot.
Except one's on the Enterprise, one on the Cerritos, which is a.
Don't. That was a. Don't.
One's nacelles are much longer than the others, but that's Jerry's. Jerry's nacelles are much longer than. But that's because the other one's older. You know, experience or power, thrusting nacelles of power. And it's funny, I couldn't help thinking, but there's a moment right at the end where he says, "I love sliders." I'm like, well, Jerry was in Sliders as the main character.
Yeah.
Is that a reference to Sliders?
I don't think so. That's a cheeky one if it is.
Because because he wasn't in the room. I wish the character, the number one was in the room, and he said to him, "I love sliders." The guy's like, "Yeah, me too." Like,
or just have him in the background of a replicator.
Just look up.
I love sliders, and just have him look up like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the way he said it.
Yeah.
It's a good show. It was a good show.
I didn't even think about that when I heard that, but yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
But here they're trying to get a way to get into this party, and she's like, well, you know, the Titan is on the other side of the quadrant dealing with the Packlids. You could say that you're.
No, it's his idea, not hers.
Well,
and then she's
it was his idea, but he didn't. He just casually said it. She's the one like checked the status, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna call and make sure it's okay."
You're right.
Like, that's a stupid idea. You're right. I realize that's a stupid idea.
You're right. And he mentions it's a possibility, and then she like that is the way, which is the matter of fact day-to-day way they approach a transporter clone here is remarkable and telling.
Yeah.
Like instantly. Although, do you think she's ever been to this party legit? Because I'm not. Okay, yeah, because I don't think she has either. Because she would never be a high enough rank. She was never on an important enough ship. Even if she lived on the station, that wouldn't give her entry. So I don't think she ever has been. Is the vibe I got.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get that sense at all either. So.
Yeah.
And then we get a shot of the Cerritos, and I'm like, wow, for all the detail they put into the opening title sequence and all the new changes to the ship, this is really low detailed. I'm really disappointed. And then comes the decal. And it's a decal. It's not a decal. Anyone that calls it a decal, I don't know what to say. You're just wrong.
Who'd call it a decal?
there's a lot of people in my model club, like the older guys that do like armor and tanks and boats and planes, and occasionally the odd person will call them decals, and you're like, it's not though, it's decals. Anyway,
Huh.
so that's why I keep bringing it up every time, because it's hilarious to me that people actually call it that.
Right.
But yeah, this is cool, this little model that they're working on, and we find out it's kind of fully operational. Oh my goodness. And we actually get some detail inside. When it takes off the top, you get to see like kind of the structure of the framework, which is nice. But
Yeah, no, it's a fun. I mean, we've seen it already given away in trailers, so it's not a surprising thing. But the fact it's so functional is absurd. But also, if you can replicate something, if you can, the challenge is the build, isn't the destination. And so to make everything kind of functional, though, really, it's not a real phaser. It's a real laser emitter that can shoot a little, it's a laser pointer. And I definitely want to screen cap it or pause on a few of these things, because you even see like a deck layout. There's a lot of detail here that's like, ooh, is that real?
yeah,
I don't know.
and even the tiny little people.
Yeah, look at that.
Mariner bossing around Boimler in the tiny little itty bitty
The
bar.
insanity of that detail, though.
That's how models are, though. I mean, I do models with like interior stuff as well. You kind of pride yourself on that, so you want people to look at it, right?
But the window, there's 4 decks per window, and the model's not that big, so that's got to be like this thin. But I mean, if you can print things or replicate things that small, I mean, that's tweezer level detail. Amazing.
Well, we see the tweezers later.
Yeah, that was a great detail.
It's stickers. It's not stickers, Ozzy. Stickers and decals are different. But Ensign McQueen throws in $5.
Thank you.
Lower Decks was okay. And when are y'all going to discuss the Strange New Worlds video and the characters and who is the chief engineer? Lower Decks was okay. And when are you all going to discuss the Strange New World video and the characters and who is the chief engineer? We don't know who the chief engineer yet is. We do have some videos coming out about that, and we're doing these lives on the weekend as well this weekend. So, and all next week, of course. So we'll have a lot to talk about. So just stay tuned for that.
It's a funny question, because in my brain I spent most of yesterday doing prep. We spent all day filming it. So for me, I've already gone past it. But you're right, we haven't talked about it live yet, but we've got lots of videos filmed. We've already had lots of discussions about it.
We've already talked about it a lot. But yeah, we haven't talked about it with you guys yet. So
I'm probably going to do Prodigy tomorrow. And if you guys are interested in the live on Sunday, we can do Strange New Worlds, or we do actually have video as well, which kind of, like, lives are good as supplements to videos. But obviously, it's the discussion point as well. We'll see. I mean, there's definitely all worth talking about for sure.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, every super chat I do read twice today because we double it, and everybody's an ensign today just because I decided so.
Yes.
I also love Rutherford's zoom in feature, like 273% on field distortion thing.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And it means he can leave stuff for himself that's absurdly small that only he can read.
Yep.
Very logical. Yep. No, it's great. It's great. I love that she has orthos of the ship as well, which would be lovely to get.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we get.
And ironically, Eagle Moss introduced.
Yeah.
Or announced that they were doing their Cerritos the day before this aired. So I don't know if that was planned, but that was kind of cool. So.
Yeah, I mean, definitely planned. Yeah, definitely. Then we get to the space station, which we are going to look at separately. Now we've got to finally got the full HD because we didn't have that before. So we decided to look at it in more detail and see if we do some up-res and tidbits. Because every time we get a new version, and what's great about this shot, now I feel within my rights to include some of these ships in my post TNG films, because they're here. I can do a TNG dead list now. I might have to go after this and kit bash one just so I have a TNG dead list, because there's one right there. And
just so people know, it's not an Olympic class. We've already looked at this. It's not an Olympic class, because people were saying they were Olympic classes. They're Daedalus because of the size, and we talked about this ad nauseum when we first saw it. So
that's why you watch Trekyards.
Ensign Montgomery throws in $3.26.
Okay.
We are all demoted. How embarrassing for us. Yes, you're all embarrassed. So by all means, double your super chats.
Just had the best ideas, Stuart.
Double our likes. We're at 76 likes. I don't know what the double of that is. 152. I want to get 152 likes. Hit that like button, guys.
Just had the best idea. It's a really good idea. Is it though?
I know it is. And Ensign
Ah.
215 puts in €10
Oh, thank you.
and says the model detail makes me wonder what is the minimum replication detail level of the replicator? Cellular, molecular, or atomic scale? Probably depends on the replicator. There's probably replicators that can different grades that can do different things. We know cargo transporters aren't good for organic material because we talked about that in our transporter episode. So, are you duplicating us on the screen?
Yes.
Is that a good idea? You're going to block a lot of the picture.
It's not a good idea, no.
Anyway.
Why is it? Yeah. Right, now
I got to read that again. The model
Yes.
detail makes me wonder what is the minimum replication detail level of the replicator? Cellular, molecular, or atomic scale?
But in fairness, the space of the ship got smaller as well, so it makes sense that the internal space gets smaller as we keep duplicating. See if you embarrass us, guys, we duplicate.
Jesus Christ. Takes a lot to embarrass me, though, honestly. So,
But what wasn't embarrassing is that we got to see, as they are very... I mean, has every episode... Yeah, every episode they've had a First Contact uniform in. Because they keep using the wider universe. And so I was like, yes! I'm guessing that might have been a mistake now for season 1 to have the characters on that star base be in Lower Decks uniform. We've never seen this uniform outside the ship now.
Yeah.
And every other one, so I think they might have... I think they've been holding it for Titan, and now it's the default. Because it's pretty specific.
Well, there's some interesting things behind the captain. There's the maize corn god on the left-hand side, which is the same thing in Kirk's quarters. The little,
right.
Because he's from Iowa.
Yep.
And there's also a little preserver thing back there as well.
That I liked. Yep.
I don't know if that's Amelia Earhart, all the plane stuff.
Oh, yeah, probably is.
But
Yeah.
Some really good references there.
I like
love it.
No, I like it. And I like his. I like the reaction when they come out and she makes an oopsie. It's fair enough. I would have think someone.
I would have turned around and said I was talking about one of the ensigns on deck 5 that we were eager to get rid of, because when he came on, she didn't say who specifically, just that that's what I would have done as a captain. I would like, no, I was talking with somebody else. You're an idiot for not knowing that, and then you get embarrassed and still do it anyway.
No, she complains about him, and he metamorphoses. He duplicates.
And it's worth pointing out here too that Shax is back on the bridge at his station.
Yes.
First time we've seen that since he came back, because Kayshawn has been there. And Kayshawn's not in this episode. So.
Nor has he had any dialogue after his original episode, which is a bit sad. Yeah. Now my slight issue here is that they duplicate upon duplication, which means that once you have a problem, it escalates. This is like a, it only escalates one way, and the problem becomes pretty obvious pretty quickly. And the captain's like, yeah, you're not coming on the ship. You are, which is a good choice, because within 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, they're basically over on the bridge. That ain't so good.
Ensign Timanuk says we can't see the show parts as well this way. This is true. Maybe we should duplicate us now as smaller, but lined up beside ourselves.
Wait, are they now embarrassing us about being a small version of the screen? Oh no!
Does that mean we gotta get duplicated again? God damn it!
I mean, hey, stop embarrassing us.
We should make the picture bigger, though. I do agree with that. But anyway, now I'm embarrassed. God damn it. Oh, Mark Lawrence, damn. Or Ensign Lawrence, sorry. Damn, I duplicated. And then Ensign Lawrence right underneath, who's not a channel supporter, by the way. Hasn't joined the channel. But he says, damn, I duplicated. Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
What's so
you can't do that.
us?
You gotta show off the show. Make us smaller. Make our regular ones stay the same, and then have smaller ones line up beside us as we get more embarrassed. Because that's what they should have done with Doopler. It's one of my complaints, actually.
I'm trying to stay canon, Stuart.
Oh, good God.
I want to do the gag one more time, so embarrass us one more time, guys, and then I can
fix it.
Yeah, because it's funny. But yes, the scants, which for the context is formal event. They go to the party. They say choose a scant, which is not how I would like their dress uniform variants of their normal uniforms. I don't always call them scants. It's just subset of dress uniform. What's confusing is that they wore these as dress uniform in season 1, explicitly as dress uniform, which makes sense.
And they're not scants. They really aren't, because scants
are higher.
And they also don't have pants underneath or trousers if you want to be British. So I kind of had a problem with that, but I'm glad they at least referenced scants. So
yeah, but then we know that in Insurrection DS9 they wear the white uniforms as dress uniforms. So it's odd that he's saying let's wear the old dress uniforms, even though they go and wear the proper dress uniforms. So I'm intrigued by the timeline logic, because these things are like what 5 to 6 years old, the white ones. But he's never thought to go in them, and he's not that old an officer. So I'm kind of confused why he would even suggest this beyond the reference to the fact that we wore them in season 1. Don't quite know. Don't quite get it.
Yeah. Anyway, Captain Freeman comes on and says, "Hey, they're duplicating," which is cool, by the way. But just smile and look away. Don't embarrass them at all. And Mariner's like, "This is great. Does that chaos in the ship means the transporter override won't be noticed?" So I kind of like that tie-in too. Like, get over to the station with everybody noticing. Thought that was fun.
No, I agree. It was great, and it's fair enough. Hack away.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So they. I like that Freeman's very much supporting them of like, just take it calm, but then they turn the entire ship to go duplicate again, etc.
Ooh, actually, the next shot, I noticed a really odd shuttle, and now that we can look at it, we'll probably do an episode on it. I don't know. It's like the Delta Flyer, but it's like a cargo ship version. It's a bigger version of like the Delta Flyer shape.
That is the it's Delta Flyer Mark II, sort of the outer things. What an odd reference. I mean, maybe the Delta Flyer, when Voyager came in, they wanted to.
Nobody watching can see it right now because it's so small on the screen. So embarrassed. All right, let's fix that. The joke's run its course.
Guys, did you enjoy this joke? Yes or no in the chat right now.
Oh, create a poll.
Okay, fine.
I can do it. I got it. Okay,
Did you enjoy this joke?
Ensign Montgomery throws in $5. You two have been the same rank for 6 years. How? TNG embarrassing. Just kidding. Yeah, but we're ensigns today, so we haven't been the same rank. He's gone up and down in rank. I've been an admiral. I've been, I think, a commodore before. We've done silly stuff before, so.
Okay, now we want your best Star Trek related insults, like your mama so fat, the Gormaganda eats brunch with her daily. I don't know, because then we'll unduplicate. Give us some in-universe jokes, and we can bring this world back to normal, guys. And of course, vote in the poll as well, because it's funny.
Your mama's so fat, her stomach parasites think she's a Dyson sphere. I mean, I don't know. So Ensign Chili Bina says, Trekyards, stop being so childish with duplicating your videos. That's intended as to insult you into recombining. Now they got to insult us. There you go.
Oh. Well, I did feel insulting, let's be honest.
86% of the people like the joke, so there you go.
Well, we need some Trek-themed jokes. Got some Trek-themed insulting jokes.
Insults to keep us under wraps. We need to recombine, because you got to see the shuttle, guys.
Any joke, guys. Yeah. I'm committing to this bit, guys, so you need to help us out. Oh, Picard move. That's so mean.
Your paw is weak, and it disgusts me. I don't even know what that means.
Never heard such insulting things in all my life, Stuart.
Canadian. Ooh, Canadian beer sucks. Ow. Your mama's so stupid the Borg wouldn't assimilate her. Your mama's a Packlet.
Oh, that's just wrong. Okay, I think I've solved it. I think that's what people really wanted to see now.
Okay, good. Ensign Montgomery throws in $2. Yo mama is so fat she has her own gravitational pull. It's true. It's true.
But I think it's what they came here to see, Stuart.
Wow, that's mean.
That was a good joke.
Anyway, let's get back to the review. I don't want to be doing this for 4 hours.
Just gotta find all my goddamn boxes that. Oh yeah. So there, as you can see, guys, very Delta Flyer, and we know the Delta Flyer, everything apart from the front cockpit. Why are you laughing?
Oh, Ensign Darth Eddie. Yo mama's so fat she has Discovery Starship scale. Ooh.
Oof.
Ensign Space Daddy says, puts in £5 and says for another duplication.
Oh, we've had that joke now, but go back and watch it. It made me so happy. My joke.
It was good. It was good. I gotta give credit. Eugene throws in, or sorry, Ensign Eugene throws in 2,000 rubles.
Oh wow.
Says Kurtzman cameo is nice, just like your joke. Kurtzman cameo is nice, just like your joke. I love seeing the Kurtzman cameo. Honestly, you know, I don't like Kurtzman, but see him in the wheelchair was hilarious.
We'll get there, Stuart. We can debate that.
I think they were implying that he's disabled, and I think that's hilarious.
But there's a Bajoran lady on the station. Good. I still like the Gorner's outfit. Good stuff. And then she throws another disclaimer out here. Oh yeah, I used to live here.
Of course you did.
But I think we have to go back to season 1 and see if she. Because I thought she said 5 ships in 1 station, but it must have been 5 ships in 2 stations.
There's a really cool, like, Daedalus style ship floating by in that one scene above the Andorian ship. Ooh, that's cool. Anyway, sorry, I'm a starship guy and I'm just focusing on the starships. But yeah, and it's an abandoned area that teenagers would make mistakes, implying that there's a story there that she, did something. So.
Oh, interesting. Oh wow, yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, because that's what I think. I think she used to live here when she was younger.
Oh,
and
okay.
That's why she didn't know about the bar, because she couldn't get into the bar, So.
Although the mum never gave an indication she served here, but that's really interesting. That could be a fun plot point. I mean, they put a lot of potential detail into this station, so potentially. And yeah, Quark's franchised out pretty quick after DS9.
With Becky Mariner's back, says a Tellerate.
And using a Klingon communicator, a 150-year-old communicator, which is lovely. Good stuff.
And Olivia Julius throws in $5. Sorry, Ensign Julius throws in $5. I'm Stuart. I'm a petty. I'm Stuart. I'm a pretty princess. I'm Stuart. I'm a pretty princess.
Yeah, the first time you have to think about it, the second one just says it by default.
Yeah.
And then
try to make it different.
And then we get a walk into place, which I'm gonna have to slightly scroll by because otherwise we'll talk about it for a billion years. But a plethora of excellent things, and I was thrilled to see this alien again. Absolutely tickled pink. So I really like this guy from well, not this guy, but this guy's race from TNG. So I was really happy to see this race.
Mm-hmm. It was great to see for sure. But he calls her Becky Mariner here, and Bromley's like, Becky, and then you stranded me. Well, you stranded me too, and there's a whole stranded thing. Everybody gets stranded on SETI Alpha 4.
Which I was like, what?
5. SETI Alpha 5.
What?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a radical. It would explain though why she mentioned Khan in season 1, but also she literally quoted Khan in an episode Buried Alive. So if she also worked at the Tal SETI system, you can imagine she'd research it and get into it. Psychology, yeah. Okay.
I also like the whole thing, I thought I detected life there. Which was hilarious. Anyway. But yeah, there is a lot of reference stuff in this, but we're going to be doing a separate video on that. So, I mean, there's some really cool stuff, some weapons and stuff. But that's for another video. Anyway, he's got a job for her, and it is to transport some stuff.
Yeah, I like how it goes from "I hate you" to, "Oh, we actually worked together and we were like not smugglers, but probably smugglers." Yes, data bubble bath, and it's the smallest of jokes, and I'm like, it doesn't quite work as a joke, but it's. Are you sure all data? He said, well, no, some might be laws. What does that mean? What does that even mean?
Means 1 out of 10 are going to scald you in the bath instead of giving you a bubble bath.
Well, that's fun. I think you give the law ones to the Packleds because they met law.
Yeah.
Law edition.
Ensign Lawrence throws in $5.
Thank you.
I think the empty location where teenagers made mistakes was a Nog reference. I think the empty location where teenagers made mistakes was a Nog reference. I mean, it could be.
Very deep, like right in season 1 cut of TNG, DS9. But yeah, that's a good shout. And then we cut back to.
Before you do that,
okay.
though, 96 likes. We're so close to 100 likes. Hit that like button. Now you can do that.
I'm thrilled that 79% of you liked the joke in the poll. I'm thrilled about that.
Indeed. Can we end the poll now?
Sure. You can end it if you want.
All right, back to the model. We got a little bit of a warp jump card maneuver going on. It must have been programmed for that. So, and we get to see the Kzinti again. He's always in the bar so far. That rhymed.
Just chilling out. Yeah. They make it a disaster center, which in itself is going to make the problem worse, surely. Because if he's stuck on the bridge, that's one thing, but you don't give him access to the rest of the ship. But yes, I like the fact that, they don't understand the situation, really, and so they're like, oh my god, is this because of me? He's like, yes! Oh no! And they all duplicate. It's like, oh no. The joke is so silly, but I think it does maintain its funniness. It's not overused, which is so... Like, it's like the next moment, it's like, Freeman's like, nothing to be embarrassed about. He's like, oh, thank you. That's what you'd say to someone if they were to be embarrassed. Oh, no! Don't like it's good. It's a good joke.
Anyway, there's some...
Oh, then silent treatment. That again was funny, I thought.
Yeah, the silent treatment was hilarious. Oh, no, she's giving us the silent treatment.
Good stuff.
Then we get Rutherford trying to figure out why he rerouted power, and then he gets shocked, and then he gets shocked again when he goes out in the hallway, and I thought that was going to, like, do something to his implant. It's never goes anywhere, but...
And something I didn't notice last time is that this one's also by Quark. So both model kits are Quark. So I guess went into the model kit game. Does that mean we're going to get official Quark style or Quark style merchandise?
I would love it.
Be fun.
You know what? All of the Eaglemoss ships should come in this style of box.
Just rebranded, re-releases.
Quarks on the thing, like looks the same just at first glance, but on the back's got the Eaglemoss stuff or whatever. That'd be hilarious.
Oh no, in universe, the whole thing. What they would say in universe, and it's limited edition, limited to like 5,000. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Yes. Fantastic.
Anyway, they get through the crowd, and then we get to the chase scene. I don't know. There's kind of a fight here about, that was private between you and me about getting, stranded. You don't have to tell people that. And he's like, well, you tell people embarrassing stories about me all the time. Yeah, but my stories are good.
Yeah, what a non-argument.
Yeah.
As in, she has no...
A lot of people said there was sexual tension between these two in this episode. I didn't get that at all. They're just friends. I don't want there to be any kind of sexual attraction between them. I don't think that works. Oh,
that's a tricky one, because they've now said twice that they don't have... Oh, no, we're just friends, which is a way of saying they're more than friends, but just going from friends to love, potentially. There's definitely inroads here, but also it can just be the platonic, we click in a way that other people don't. I think I'm fine either way right now, because Mariner's got a lot more mature, Boimler's building as well, so it's... The thing is, you can have a fun sexual banter chatter type energy with the really good friend, where you're that close to them, where it doesn't matter what gender you are, just like, ah! So, I mean,
Yeah.
So, I vary.
I just don't want them to sleep together ever. Ensign SWTX Chaser throws in $5.
Thank you.
I want a Cerritos drone ship now.
Mm.
I want a Cerrito drone ship now.
Mm.
There you go. And Ensign Lakako throws in $5. Lower Decks should attempt at least one live action episode.
Yep.
Lower Decks should attempt at least one live action episode. I absolutely agree.
And with the LED walls, you could put them on an alien planet and just have them film and film them, and even digitally do the bridge. It wouldn't be hard. And a brief note here: the cargo ship we see most is this like little box cargo ship, but it has a Starfleet Delta on it, so it's a Starfleet like a Federation or Starfleet issue, which I'm quite intrigued about.
It almost looks like a work bee type thing that attaches to cargo modules.
Yeah, I get the Neelix's ship vibe from it. Praxia, but I don't mind it. It's simple, but I quite like the Delta. And I like there's a standard issue freighter, because this thing is moving cargo. But speaking of moving cargo, the cops pull them over. I'm not sure why she's in a car. Oh, no, I guess she's moving stuff, isn't she? There's a bit of a hard cut from like taking stuff to a car. Then she probably should have been one more little scene in between, like why can't we transport X, Y, and Z? But it's not the end of the world.
But anyway, they're smuggling illegal Klingon disruptors, and so she's
good stuff.
Basically saying that the cops on the station are no good. They're crooked. They're going to coerce a confession and sell our comm badges on the black market. Trust me, it's a thing.
What indictment?
Yeah, I know, right? And then she just takes off, which is hilarious. Oh, they're also notoriously bad drivers. And
isn't that just the Judge Dredd outfit? Seriously, like it's so similar.
Yeah, it is.
Because he's also wearing a tie. Like I'm wondering, because they wouldn't be Starfleet clearly. But, but K7 isn't a Starfleet station. It's run by civilians in the Federation, but not a Federation station necessarily. So is this? It's a Vanguard-esque station, but that is old, so it could easily be civilian. So why are they civilian people who are also corrupt? Like it's a bad indictment if they're known to have corrupt cops and want to, where the place they have their big conference with the most important captains in the fleet, and they have corrupt cops. What an indictment on the whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't need that, Like, they're doing an illegal thing. They don't need to be corrupt cops to be, oh dear,
Yeah.
Small thing, but, I didn't need that.
Ensign Sepp throws in $5. Thank you very much. The chase scene reminds me of the Blues Brothers chase in the mall. At least that was what I thought when I saw it. The chase scene reminds me of the Blues Brothers chase in the mall. At least that's what I thought when I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
I just love the next little bit, like casino, barbershop, fine men's clothing, and you got the same tubes that were in like Encounter at Farpoint with the bolts of fabric. That's great.
And I like that they're Klingon-looking Klingons playing Dabo. No issue, nice and straightforward. And I like how Lodex keeps managing to invent, simple detail, but successfully inventing good-looking Klingon non-military uniforms. I would probably honestly see almost more uniforms, more civilian dress in this show than we have in any other Trek show for Klingons. And they're all great. Yeah. So good job. Barbers, fantastic. What a thing. Even barbering a Klingon, which is kind of cool actually.
Yeah.
And I like the fact the Federation are looking. Every time I put that Nemesis uniform in, it just makes me happy because it's just like, yes, Starfleet. Good stuff.
One thing I'd like to point out too is the wheels on the cars go round and round. I'm just kidding. The wheels on the cars are very similar to the Kirk's bike in 2009 JJ film. Not really attached to anything, so that's a nice reference.
Okay, is that very, very similar or just like a little nod?
It's a little nod. His didn't glow, obviously, but his bike, the wheels weren't really attached to anything, which is kind of a neat little thing. So,
yeah, a very small thing. But I noticed whenever the cars are drifting, the tires aren't on. It's only when there's forward thrust the tires go glowing. What a wonderful small detail. Unnecessary, but great detail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely lots of aliens and things to see during this chase and people diving out of the way.
I do think though it's a bit insane because they've killed people in this chase. You're not doing this without killing people, and it's too much. It really is in terms of like
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, there's Ferengi. There's some all sorts. Although briefly, the dress uniforms are confusing in this because they are red division officers. They have red on the collar, or the red on the arm. Everything else is the gold plat even on the shoes. But you would have the red next to the gold or inside the gold. I mean, I've got a dress uniform, and I'm staring at it. You've got the gold, yes, but underneath that you've got the colour. So I'm kind of sad because it makes them look like they're gold, but they're not. So I don't know. It's a strange choice to do that. Small thing. But then your favourite moment, I guess, which explain this.
As soon as I saw it from the back, I'm like, they didn't. And then you see him, and it's like clearly Kurtzman. Anyway, he's in the pike chair doing his thing, beeping along.
In uniform as well. He's actually in a first contact uniform, in blue.
Ooh, he is too.
Okay. So place your bets. Is this meant to be Alex Kurtzman, the showrunner and the top Star Trek guy? But yes, lots more moving. It's a fine chase. It's just way too like killing people. You know, that's my only issue with it really, which is quite a big issue for Starfleet. Like, you know that their comm badges can be tracked. Like, she should get in massive trouble for this. Not only did she illegally get on the station after a quarantine, illegal weapons, vehicle that isn't hers. Broke multiple buildings, broke multiple things, run over some people likely, and evaded the law. Like, this is, I mean, at least demotion. I mean, this could almost be a court-martial offence, given how much carnage, and if she killed 4 or 5 people in the chase, which is very possible. Obviously, we're ignoring it's a cartoon, but she should have real repercussions for this. They know it's her. They've got comm badges that are registered to them.
And it wouldn't be, it's not like it wouldn't be reported. It definitely would be, considering what's going on here at the time. And also later, when Freeman beams the guy into the party, there would be transporter logs. There would be a whole bunch of issues with that, because that's all the big captains and stuff. Like, that would cause a big schmozzle. But
and Kevin says, to be honest, the dress uniform has the same color setup as the dress uniforms of Nemesis, which mixed red and gold also. Well, like I said, I've got 2 of the dress uniforms in my house, so I know they've got the gold ribbon for the division, as well as the color you have. So I know that because I've physically got them.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, she slams it into reverse, and again, more carnage ensues.
The fish people, which is great.
We're not people.
Well, that was fun. It's the most stupid non-joke, but it's a good joke. Another great bringing back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't go down the stairs. I'd never go down the stairs.
That made me laugh when she went up the stairs. Oh, that was funny.
The Vulcan ship. Oh, that was hilarious. Vulcans. Fascinating.
With it's not a Dakir, but it's real close to a Dakir. So it's a brand new Vulcan based Enterprise. Great, looks great. Lovely variant. Yeah, what a great reference.
Who said no? 9% of the people said no, so it's not Kurtzman. That was like the only. That'd be 100% poll the whole time. It's clearly Kurtzman. You can tell. He's got a very punchable face.
Yeah, the Vulcan made me laugh out loud because it's so in character and so smart and just a great addition to it.
But back on the Cerritos, we're in the shuttle bay with the Sequoia, and they keep replicating, and
it ain't going well, Stuart. It ain't going well.
No, but we get the whole. He reaches for the model underneath the thing. She's like, "Just leave it. We never finish it anyway." He's like, "What do you mean?" Well, whenever we're working on it, people leave us alone.
That's later.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes. Because in the confidence of the warp core. This is just I don't think I'm me still.
Oh yeah, I'm competing. I feel like I'm competing with my ghost. Yeah.
Which is
I'm a year behind on my friendship with you, and I can't decipher my own writings on this.
Which is a great little. I mean, of course, if you've lost a year, I was glad we're addressing like this. And it's fun. It's a sea of purple. It's quite effective. And then we get a random cutaway to an aviary, what it's called.
Aviary.
And yet more Nemesis people, first contact uniforms. Excellent. I guess taking daughter around, maybe? That's cute. And then they go through the holodeck. Hologrid. Isn't that great? That's such a nice touch.
And again, it's the bird people from the animated series in there as well.
Yup.
Move to the aviary, he said. It'll be peaceful, he said. Hold on, my computer's having a bit of a stroke, so I can't check on the... Okay, hold on. Keep talking.
Because we noticed this alien bird dude from a background in season 1 in one of the other planets, and I had no idea, but you commented it was from the animated series, and now they got full dialogue and everything, and this was... Knowing that is fantastic, and Mighty Man certainly got a massive throbbing ego for adding stuff to from the animated series, because he is just flat out making that stuff canon left, right, and center, which is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, this is the medium. Trying to recreate a bird like this in CG would suck. This is easy as all hell in consideration, and it's a good little joke. I don't understand necessarily, but it's a good little joke.
And then the old guy.
This
is how I die. Yeah, it's not Boothby, but this is how I die. Oh, still alive.
I guess because he's he's cleaning up human-sized birds. Yeah, that's the impetus I got. It's like, oh, they shit so much. Why is this my job?
Yeah.
It's a very weird joke, but I kind of like it. And I like that this is the hard cut to the car chase, and the episode does kind of reboot itself at this point. We've reached the crescendo of stupid, and now we're going into really nice, solid character stuff. So I really like the swap here in a minute. I think it doesn't lose itself. It keeps momentum. And mentioning her lack of underwear normally was a hell of a mention.
I don't put underwear on for anything. Anyway, she asks him where the party is, and he, of course, tells her. I'm in the wrong goddamn folder now. That's why. There we go.
Oh, and Eugene points out, no one else has glasses in the Trek universe, really. I don't remember seeing anyone else in Lower Decks. It's actually having glasses.
He's allergic to Retinax. It's fine.
He is. What a great analogy for the Data. A great way of I was wondering what was the point, but that's a great little visual of squeezing the body to kill the head to imply torture.
We'll be in the same cell together. You still owe me, Mariner. I owe a foot up your ass.
So where is it?
Ballroom Alpha. That's where all the big parties are.
Which I love that.
It's not even a secret.
That's so anticlimactic, because it shows that Starfleet isn't that creative. Because why would they be? It's not a secret, surely. They just didn't check. They didn't ask. Really. They and then we get a lovely cutaway. Anything can happen in this party. And you know what? I dig it. It's subdued enough. Because they can't go too far, visually. Yeah. No,
I like the Flash and the Welcome Starfleet.
Yeah.
That was good.
It's nice. And a very small note that I noticed in the second watch, that they are still... Oh, no! Ooh, it's double tier. Oh, shit. Okay. So, they're wearing a dress uniform, but if you note, they look the same as the other dress uniforms, but no, they are literally... Everyone's still wearing the right combat, which is what I noticed. Real ones. But the real dress uniforms. So, there is alternate dress uniforms. Oh, my God, that's amazing. What a beautiful attention to detail that even this is literally... So, actually, surely that's the hint they're not meant to be here. That's a lower decks dress uniform. And they're all wearing higher decks dress uniform. Oh, attention to detail. Love it.
Well, he said he's William from the Titan, and he's like, okay, you can go ahead. But I'd be asking why you're in a different dress uniform. But anyway.
Oh, that's so good.
And then it's like the whole Luna class and above only.
Oh, I must be so happy.
Generated a lot of confusion in my live last night. What's higher than a Luna class? Lots of things. The Galaxy class, the Sovereign class,
Prometheus,
the Nebula.
Defiant.
Yeah.
Probably Nebula, sure.
Because it's not just the size of the ship you're talking about. It's the importance of the ship. So.
Well, and you remember, this is a top tier setup. This is going to be for only captain. Remember, this is for a captain on +1, maybe 2. So it's 2 from every ship, but the thing's half packed. I mean, you're probably looking at only 70 or 80 ships. I would say maybe 100. It's quite exclusive, right? Most ships aren't this high. Most ships aren't good enough, I guess. Although if they have 30 galaxies, but then again, most people wouldn't be able to come to a party. Because can you imagine, like, all of the ships converging on one random starbase? It's not really practical, is it?
Yeah, we didn't see any big ships out docked anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how she's like, what? He's like, what ship do you serve on? The Voyager D. It's like, what?
That made me laugh as well. That was great because that's like, she's genuinely frazzled, and she doesn't often get genuinely frazzled. She's like, oh, Enterprise D sounds good. No, that's good.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny.
Marco Von Osh, or Ensign Von Osh, puts in €5 and says, I love how they're using the original design for Saru on Captain Shelby. It's number 1, which they obviously didn't go for on Disco. And then he says, I love how they use the original design for Saru on Captain Shelby's number 1, which they obviously didn't go for on Discovery.
Yes,
I read it twice.
You did. And I don't know if the old guy or the alien was the number 1. I don't think that was quite clear. We'll get there in a minute. Although also Django points out Boimler didn't have his half pip. Also true. They didn't even try and fake him other self. So actually, the bouncer had, like, there's no evidence apart from his name.
And they don't understand how +1s work, because when it's +1, you can bring anybody. So
+1 on your ship.
No, +1 is anybody for any invite.
You don't know.
Plus
this is a
one.
Starfleet official thing. You can't.
I am a captain, at least I was before this stream, and I can tell you that that's what it means.
Well,
+1 is anybody, unless it's like a top secret security clearance. Then you obviously can't bring like your wife. You know.
I know what you mean, but only Starfleet, because Okuda was there and he was the exception. So only Starfleet, and only the highest ranking ships can be here at all. So you have to be a +1 of a high ranking ship. So it wasn't that he couldn't bring a +1, is that she was on a too low a ship to be on the +1able list.
I don't. That's not how +1s work.
It is in this party though. You're not meant to bring low-ranking people. You're only meant to bring think about it.
But he's an ensign, for Christ's sakes. Just because he was a servant on the Titan, he got in.
Lieutenant commander on a prestigious ship. He's meant to bring an ensign or whatever on his ship, because they've got like 500 people. You don't need a +1. It's like you're not going to +1 your mum, are you? Or your,
you could.
You can't. That's the point. I get what you mean.
You can. That's how +1s work for invites. I'm telling you.
+1.
I don't care. Sorry.
And yet neither of us are complaining about like a frog 4-armed bouncer. It's like
he's in. That's a species from the animated series.
Oh, it isn't. Oh, come on. Really? Yep. Oh, fantastic.
Yep. I forget the episode
God
or the
damn
species name, but
I just thought it was some random cool alien dude that's chill. He's good at his job actually, because he's just like no.
Well, this is where they have their big fight about him abandoning her to go to the Titan, and he's like, why didn't you tell me this earlier? I've been back for weeks. Just be honest with me and tell me these things so we can talk about it. But yeah, she says, of course I'm still mad. You're a big dumb jerk.
Oh, really good point actually by Nathan. Boimler's probably the +1. Because he's not command staff. It's captain and officer. So he's the +1 of Riker in theory. Because why would a lieutenant junior grade get to a party where it's only captains and second in commands?
Because he served on the ship that dealt with the Packlids, and that's what this is about. That's even why Freeman's going to be able to go.
But she didn't get in though, so it's the class of ship relevant to the.
I know, but he can't use the captain's invite and say that I'm the +1. The captain's not here yet. That's just not how that works either.
Why not? But if you're the +1, then you can't bring a +1 to you're a +1.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
But
so you should have said where's
how this works either.
But that's a good. They could have implied that. I wish he'd said where's Captain Riker then. That'd have been fun.
Yes, something like that would have been nice. But that's not how this works, guys.
Sorry. It's an interesting point though. I kind of like that. But I like this little fight. It's very very organic. Especially they could have played it up that she's always wanted to go to this party. I like that's not as big a deal. It's subtext of I'm pissed at you. I've always wanted to go to this party, but it's not the biggest thing. The biggest thing is you letting me down. But, he also deserved the promotion. So they're both right here, which is nice. And then the fact that Boimler chooses what he chooses is why they're both good characters. In this scene, anyway. Although I don't like she snaps at the guy, because it's so unnecessary. But, she's emotional. It's fine.
Yeah. Um, Ensign Eugene throws in 1,000 rubles. Thank you
Boom.
so much. Not generic disco, not Beastie Boys, 19th century opera. Fly on the Wings of the Wind from Prince Igor. With multiple Star Trekish designs, this episode is probably most Star Trek thing in 15 years. But I got to read that again. So, not generic disco, not Beastie Boys, 19th century opera, Fly on the Wings of the Wind from Prince Igor, with
Right.
multiple Star Trekish designs. This episode is probably the most Star Trek thing in 15 years.
It's a real song they played? Goodness. I just thought it was generic dubstep jazz. No, just dum. Goodness.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to this on my phone because I can't do it in the stream. But yes, you can see there the only alien is the original Discovery alien, and I was shown this by someone on the Discovery team before it was leaked publicly, and then it was shown by CBS. So yeah, that's the original test. They wanted to do a full alien with the eyes being CGI, and they're like, it's too expensive, and so he then became Saru, less expensive. Originally it was a full makeup, then it was a full alien CG, and then it was just no Saru, and so they canonized a concept, and he's great, and he looks fantastic.
And then we get Captain Leprechaun. I mean, Captain Exley sitting on the shoulder of his number one. What? That needs some explanation. Is that in a book? Is that a beta canon? Is that a novel thing? I don't know.
Well, if you can have giant Spock, why can't you have micro ginger Captain?
Well, I know, but I'm going to look up Captain Exley now because...
Because I assumed it was the other way around, but yeah, you're right. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
What?
I did too when I first watched it, and then somebody mentioned that it was the captain sitting on the shoulder. And I'm like, what? I went and looked, and yeah.
I was somewhat surprised that no one here is a familiar face drawn, except Shelby, which is a beautiful reference. Give her the credit she deserves. Excellent. Although, and I bet she's been captain longer than Riker.
No other reference to Exley except for this episode, so there you go.
Yeah, Captain Shelby. Good job, guys. Very surprised didn't have a single voice cameo from anybody. That was shocking. But he's already packed, so I'm not going to give him too much to uncredit. And you can see a Kuda up there in the top. Didn't see him, obviously, the first time looking for anything else, but he is there the whole time with the box that he held in his episode for no real reason, but that's okay. But I'm kind of surprised, pausing, there isn't anything else to see in this scene. Like, it's all very much visible. That's okay.
But seeing Shelby as a captain was nice.
Yeah.
Like I said to you earlier, I'd like to see her come back and save the Titan one day. Because as commanders, Riker and her had a contentious relationship. So as captains, do they have a contentious relationship, or is that all better now? Because they're not competing for the,
No, 100%. And I wonder if that's leading into something. So that'd be great if it was.
Yeah, the Okuda thing, or the Akana thing was interesting as well. We'll get to that later, but yeah. Then we see the Dooplers duplicating through the windows on the back of the Cerritos. And yeah, this is where we get, this is the scene with the, he's like, I wish I could be a better engineer. I can't figure this out. He's like, we never do. We never finish it. What do you mean? Well, when we're working on it together, people leave us alone. Because, it's like our social deflector dish, which I thought was hilarious. So yeah, he's like, old me isn't smarter than me.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice, neat scene. Well played. I like the idea of them doing it their own way in their own time. Yeah, it's cute, actually. It's cute.
But then the decision's made to open the hatch. They need to eject the little warp core. And I love this. Takes the top of the bridge or the ship off. You see the bridge in there. And so detailed. And then the little keys. This is like a nuclear launch thing with 2 keys.
That's not what you have to do in Star Trek. My question, though, is why is there beyond tiny warp core ejection keys inside the bridge of your miniature? Wouldn't you just put a button?
To power it. Yeah. The keys, you mean? Yeah. I don't know.
Because if you haven't got tweezers, you ain't ejecting your fake warp core.
It's hilarious, but all model builders have tweezers, Daniel.
No, it's great. And obviously the gag of the Popcorn ejection in 5, 4, 3. What a stupidly wonderful, stupid joke. It's insanity, Stuart. It's insanity.
And then you see it pop out.
Oh, and yeah, there is a full warp core. And it's obviously it literally is a frame, so that's great. Confirmed where it is, which is great. Tells you, because you can't see those top and bottom bits in the thing. So yeah, exactly what core you think it is. Sweet, yeah. Beautiful.
Looks exactly like the one that Voyager ejected. So
well, except
it might be a little different, but
yeah, it's I mean, it is different enough. Looks more like a lightsaber hilt, honestly, like everyone's thing. But I was so bemused and happy by this as a sci-fi stupid fun concept. I was like, oh, that's fun. Although having a bomb inside your miniature, maybe not the safest thing, but arguably having a phase that can disintegrate somebody is also not the safest thing. You know? So it's the future.
Yeah.
And maybe one could argue having a duplicating alien on your ship isn't a safe thing either. Without an active solution how to unduplicate him. So you know what? These things happen, you know?
And Ensign Boardman says, "Oh my god, I thought the key sequence was hilarious."
Yeah. It was funny. Like, these are really funny, cool concepts. Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
And then even they close the hatch, the guy's like, "Oh my god, you're so embarrassed of me. You can't be in the same room as me," or something. And it's just like, oh, the joke keeps coming back, and it's
yeah, is this because of us? They don't like us.
That's good. Oh yeah, then you get Gorn Kebab guy.
Gorn Kebab. Yeah, Mr. Krata Leg.
Oh yeah. I thought it was gibberish, but yeah, you're right. And I like the fact they have free shots and beer. It's like, well, of course, everything's free in theory, because it's the Federation. So, that okay. But yeah, Gorn Kebab guy. It's great. I love the amount of Gorn in this, because they're not villains, are they? They're not baddies. They're not evil. They're just dudes. It's great, you know. And yes, we'll talk about these paintings at a later point.
Yes, there's so many references in this bar, it's ridiculous. But we'll get to those later. So anyway, Boimler comes in and says, "Put that on my tab," and I'd be like, "Who the hell are you?" And
what tab? You haven't got a tab.
Yeah. Plus a prune juice spritzer. It's a nice. Must be a drink invented for or by Worf. What the hell? Oh, there's so many great references on the walls. Oh, we're going to talk about that in a separate episode, guys. Ensign Squadra course throws in $2. Hard day here, but you guys make it better. Thanks. Hard day here, but you guys make it better. Thanks. So you got to make the second one better. And I'm glad we can help out that way. So
I really hope your day gets better.
Yeah.
Much better if you can make it.
And Krata Leg was a Klingon dish mentioned in DS9, says Ensign Head Actor. And that's not Morn, I don't think, sleeping at the table. It's just another of his species, Ozzy.
Wrong colour. And we'll talk about these references later. But it's a good heart-to-heart. It's good, and it's got good vibes, and yeah, they feel like real friends. It's nice.
Yeah, and he's like, "I can replicate sliders anytime on the Cerritos."
Very true. I don't think there'll be fresh sliders. There'll be replicated sliders. So that's all good.
Yeah. Then they have a whole thing about, well, you're my number one. No, I'm your number one. And, I'm your mentor and things. So.
And how confident of him to be able to be like, oh yeah, because he spent a few days in the Titan, or a few weeks.
A few weeks, months, I think, actually.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, a few weeks. Therefore, you have to, It's like, well, I'm pretty sure he's still less experienced than Mariner. But I like the confidence.
I like how he says, "We don't have to be at the coolest, most prestigious party of the year." And then he kind of gives like a look like, "I'd really like to be, though."
It's like, oh, now I've said that. Ooh.
Yeah.
But it makes sense though. They share this. They share the moment, and it feels very genuine. Because it's great. We can be losers together. But, yeah.
Yeah. And Darth Eddy says this may be Ensign Darth Eddy says this may be the very first time we ever see Kirk's handwriting, if it was indeed carved by Kirk. Every other time we see Prime Kirk's writing, but the problem is, You try carving something into wood, that's not your writing. That's you carving something into wood. It's totally different. And honestly, yeah, anybody could have carved that, even the bartender. What a draw for people. Yeah, this is where Kirk and Spock sat. Meanwhile, I just carved it one night when I was bored because I was cleaning up the bar, and yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, it's left appropriately vague because you can imagine the stuff on the wall, and therefore they bought the stuff on the wall as trinkets of the TOS days to be part of the theme.
I wish she would have said, Kirk and Spock sat here, and then points at the wall, and you get a picture of them sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
Like the one I sent you earlier today, like the animated style.
That'd been good.
That would have been perfect. Just a picture of them on the wall would have been fantastic.
With the bartender in the middle with like a different haircut because she's 130 years younger.
Exactly. But they weren't as legendary then, so they might not necessarily have a picture unless it's them in the Monster Maroons.
See, that I was just gonna say.
Like they came back later. Yeah. That'd be interesting.
But then they wouldn't be not let into the party given they either just saved the Earth, or Spock just came back from the dead, or he's an admiral.
Yeah.
They're all a bit too famous in Monster Maroons, I think. And 60s means it has to be TOS. But it'd been kind of cool if they're both in Cage costume. That would have been a good reference. Like young them. Because you wouldn't necessarily associate TOS Spock as being, the party guy. But I could, that would have been fun. Cage them. That would have been... Yeah, that would have been a really good... Yeah. See, they do everything, but sometimes the occasional obvious joke is like, Which I miss the Strax joke of, no, sorry, Captain, they're taking me along the river.
Oh, it's like, I'm sorry, Captain, the crowd has me now.
And he's so unaggressive this season. It's so bizarre to see him, Yeah. Well,
he's faced the Black Mountain, man. It changes you. Yeah. It changes you.
Speaking of changing, what happens now?
Oh, she's enough. Stop being such whiny little bitches. Even though it gets bleeped. And then it shocks him. And he goes... She's like, you idiots need to shut up and stop being sniveling babies. And then they start recombining. So,
yeah.
I love Shax's the way he does it. Your paw is weak, and it disgusts me. I don't even know what that means, but I don't like your tone.
It's a very specific joke.
Yeah.
No, it's good. And they start coming together, and then in engineering, the huge engineering. And
you wouldn't know a recon converter from a two-lock shifter.
Which is my house.
Yeah.
That was funny. And then I did burst out laughing when it cut to the swearing doctor. Just everything's a bleep. That was really funny, I thought. That was
beep, 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 your face. Yeah.
I thought that was just perfect as a joke within a joke within a joke.
Was it perfect? Because she's a cat.
It was perfect. And even the guy's like, you've crossed a line. It's like, yeah, we have, because they had to bleep everything she said. She did cross a line. No, I thought these were fantastic little moments. I thought were really
and then the moment that made me jump for joy, and I wanted to tell you right away, but Freeman's like, oh, I hope a temporal anomaly wipes out any record of your existence. So they mentioned temporal anomaly in a Star Trek thing, which you've been waiting for forever.
Because they've said temporal lots of things.
Yeah.
And they've actually avoided it almost. But yes, temporal anomaly, finally a canon phrase in Star Trek. Maybe Data said it once, but not as a singular. Like, that's the end of the sentence. Yes! Woo! Oh, Sergeant Montgomery just stunned them. That's true. That would have been a fun joke, though. Strax had a phaser and like, they've got my phaser, Captain!
Yeah.
But I mean, probably going to get in trouble if they phaser not just the one diplomat, but 47 of him. Is the crime 47 times as bad if you've stunned all of them?
Maybe. The next shot of the station, though, with the Cerritos Park there really bothers me because it's so out of scale. Because I can't believe that the Parliament classes are smaller than this.
That's not Parliament class, though.
Oh, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
No, it's like a Centaur variant.
So why are these ships so much smaller than the Cerritos, and why is there no Constitutions or Galaxy classes? Because you can't imagine Shelby's commanding one of these ones.
Nope. Well, that's why I joked to you about earlier. I guess it took a party bus.
Yeah.
From more important space, because that is definitely they need to have a sovereign or something. I mean, these are great ships. Don't get us wrong. We'll talk about the station later. But yeah, to have the lowest ranking ship in the Armada be the biggest ship in the entire session does feel a bit odd. But you know, it's not a small ship. We learned that recently in scaling. It's way too big for its relative importance. But that's okay.
Now we find out that not everyone. You're not the only two that have, struck out with this party and ended up here. And I was like, what? And Kirk and Spock drank here. Yeah.
Which is almost a reference too far. It's close, but
I was waiting for this next one back in what was it? 2260 something. I love that it was 60 something, because first season of TOS was 2266. So yeah.
No, because why would she remember? Like, she's probably met lots of famous captains.
It's Kirk and Spock. She's something that you would remember at some point, because it became so legendary.
180 years ago. Does it matter what year they came in?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it does, Samuel. Okay. What year was President Lincoln shot in the head? It's a pretty important thing
1876?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's uninterested comment. But yes, we're not US Army, obviously. But I like the alien lady. She's got good characterization for the little screen time she has. No, it's good.
Or her ship is too big to dock, says White Whale. Shelby's ship, you think a Sovereign or something would be too big?
Most ships don't dock. We're not like 9 berths.
Yeah.
But speaking of berths, she's got a Doomsday Machine. I mean, you can see him, but clearly a TOS fan is this lady.
Yeah. Doomsday Machine Phoenix. Anyway, everybody.
They try and get into the party. Which arguably they did say at the start that because she's a hero, she should be on the list. So there is an expectation this is going to be a thing. I was expecting there to be a different payoff to this.
And Lincoln was shot in 1865, just so you know.
I was so close. Of all of the years in the Earth's history...
I knew you were close with 18 something.
I was like 20 years off. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good for me. I'm going to go to
Ozzy's asking about one of the pictures. Ozzy will have a separate video talking about all that stuff. So, Samuel will be right back. Yeah, but they arrive and ask if they're too late to the party, and the guy's like, "No, they go all night long, all night long, all night, all night long, all night, yeah. All night long." I'll stop now. Yeah, so Nero was 20 years off as well. I imagine the big players arrived by runabout or captain's yacht. Ooh, yeah, maybe. Capital ships just too big to dock. Destroyers versus battleships. Yeah, I would buy that too. What do you get when you drop a piano down a mine shaft? A flat minor, or a flat minor. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, Eric, I agree. That was funny. Hey, tell them who I am. Ensign SWTX Chaser throws in $5. What if the long Delta Flyer was the party bus? Yeah, that thought occurred to me when he did say party bus. I could definitely buy that. So we need a +1 poll. No, we don't. No, we don't. Because I'm right. It's just that simple. Is that a Borg t-shirt, Captain? It is. It is a Borg t-shirt. So you got the Borg and then the Enterprise D. All night long, all night long. Yeah, all night long. Sorry, we're at the part where they ask if the party's over, and it's like, no, these guys go all night. And I was singing all night long. So. Yeah, but who are these guys? They're with me. I'm Captain Freeman of the Cerritos. You're not on the list. I fought alongside the Titan at the Battle of Kala. Kudos. You aren't getting in.
And you only get +1, by the way.
Yeah, well,
But I think she was overly ambitious, given that she succeeded in a mission.
yeah.
Uh,
And she's like, John, Captain Anderson, tell them I'm the Packlid captain.
that's not a good thing to say, is it? Really?
No. And then it's Okuna. How are you? Okuna's in there? He's not even Starfleet. This is outrageous. That made me laugh so much. The outrageous Okuna.
And that completely didn't notice that first time, because it's not, you get it when you get it, but it said so without any sort of joke inclination.
Yeah.
But that is definitely that's a funny thing. That's a meta joke, because he's obviously not quite outrageous in his own episode. And then, we get this great hero shot of everyone, great poster material, we are Starfleet and we're the best officers. We might be the shitty ship, but we're the best at doing.
Yeah, we dealt with things that even Picard and crew dealt with. We are Starfleet. We might be California class, but we're the best at what we do.
Even though you do fail on a regular basis. Just saying.
So we get the Picard reference, and Picard and crew there, and then we get the I once escorted the Enterprise out of dry dock later.
Which is cool, but given there's been 2 Enterprises in the last 15 years, and it's been dried up many times, I'm sure a few ships have.
And by escorted, you mean it was just pulling out as you were like doing something else? You thought, yeah, I'm escorting it, one of those things.
I'm racing it. I'll go 1/4 impulse. Now 2/4. Yes, I won against Kirk, and then
I beat the Enterprise in a race.
And the stewardess is like, and the crew's like, yes, Captain Freeman. But then hard cut didn't work, and I've got to say, good job for the bouncer. It's his job. They're not allowed to be in there. They're not meant to be in there. I'm totally on the bouncer's side. I'm sorry, I don't have sympathy because she's not meant to be in there. This is Starfleet with rules and things. You can't just flaunt them like that. So good job, bouncer.
I don't know, if I take the time to put on underwear and a dress uniform, I want to get into that goddamn party. Screw the bouncer. I'm getting in. I just beam in at that point.
Apparently you can do that.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm totally on the bouncer's side. But I really like this hard cut to the Gorn kebabs, which just makes me happy.
Sorry, I said dry dock, but she escorted the Enterprise out of space dock, damn it.
Oh, okay. I heard dry dock. Huh.
Oh, I hear you. One time I let Admiral Verma put a bleep up my bleep. It's like, what the hell?
That was a hardcore reference, literally and figuratively, but it made me laugh, in a gentle way. And this was lovely. She comes out to talk to her mum, invites her in, and everyone saves face, everyone knows what they're doing. This is why the evolution is so strong. These characters, it feels so organic. Bad to say Discovery and probably Picard. It's just like these people have grown, and then being friends is lovely. And good job.
Yeah, and then the guy's like, "Thank you for deduplicating me. I really need to kind of work on my confidence. And you know where I could go to relax, somewhere quiet?" She's like, "Yeah, I know just the place. Transporter room." And then she beams him into the party.
And you see Okuda's close up there. Is that an eye patch, or is that part of his thing? I assume it's an eye patch.
I thought it was an eye patch too, but it could be like a display or something for the next song. I don't. Could be. I don't know.
But he's holding the same thing in TNG, and he didn't have an eye patch. Although a bit odd, he's wearing the same clothes 30 years later with the same haircut. But he's outrageous. What can you say?
Yeah.
Now I've got to say, I'm not happy with this move to beam him in, because it ruined the joke. Because the way they duplicate, it literally destroys the party, and it probably hurts some people because they're being squished. Yeah. This is like a stampede in terms of like, I know he's a small guy, but you could, what if they crush someone to death? Like this was too far, and it made me respect the captain quite a lot less, because she should get in trouble for this.
Yeah, some of the top captains are in there. Like, so this was all sabotage. They were targeted. They got attacked here. There was a car chase earlier that probably killed some people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there would be some real and considering there was Mariner and her mom that did these things, a conspiracy.
Yeah, but considering this glass is cracking, which implies how big it is. I mean, this is like all of the medical ward with, like you say, some of the best captains in Starfleet. And this is as close to a terror attack as you can get. Like Khan did it Into Darkness, where he shot the room, and this lady did it with a duplicating small purple guy. But this is not like it's funny if duplicated once or twice and it became like a he's a menace.
Yeah.
But this is violence. This is horrible. I don't. Yeah, they ruined the joke. Luckily, it didn't ruin the episode. But this is like she should be court-martialed almost for this. The amount of complaints that she's getting, how many broken arms and legs from all the best captains. Like, what if Picard was in there? What if Admiral whatever was in there? What if the chief of staff was in there? You know, but just because we didn't let you in, you attacked the party and hurt 80 people. No.
Yeah. And Eric says there's a reason because she's impulsive. That's why she's stuck on the Cerritos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can imagine this might be cited as a reason she's not promoted. Because remember, the father said, you're real close. And then he bombed the party with a replicator. Yes. But speaking of authentic...
Quark models.
And it's a different logo as well. God, see, now I got to do 2 logos. God damn it, Stuart. It's next gen version.
Deep Space Nine. It even comes with an Ezri and a Jadzia. I thought that was hilarious. Again, fantastic. Good job, guys.
Little bit too meta, probably. I don't know why that would make sense unless like they became really famous, which is very possible. But it's still a great reference and a reference. I actually has it on hand. She probably bought that from the Quarks down the road and. God, can you imagine going to that store and seeing model kits of every starship looking faithful? It's just like, why has Kurtzman Trek been screwing me over? Just go to Quarks. Just go to the goddamn bar. This is the canon I need in my life. Amazing.
I love how Tendy's like, let's never finish this one.
Yeah, it's lovely. But all that means we should probably see a DS9 miniature. Actually, why wouldn't we see it as one of the continuing gags? That'd be cute. And then she gives him a Defiant expansion like piece that you then attach to it, which then flies. It's like a mini. Oh, can you imagine a mini D Defiant? Like 5 episodes from now, we see a tile sequence with a Defiant docking, and you pan out and it's miniature Defiant docking with miniature DS9. Yes, do that. Or maybe they're like filming a new DS9 tile sequence with mini cameras with their miniatures, and it's like yes, and they play it for everyone. It's like we recreated the DS9 tile sequence. They're like. What do you mean the DS9 tile sequence? I don't know what that means! Oh my god, so much potential.
I do like this next scene, though, where it's like, these are the coolest people. This is the best place to hang out. Screw that party.
Yeah.
And Mariner gets the right number 1. And he's like, yeah, right. Wait a minute. No, I'm not your number 1. And the captain's like, it does mean that. I watched it happen.
Yeah, and considering that the mum didn't remember his name in the first episode, the camaraderie here feels really nice and organic and real. It's very nice. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm just looking at the pictures on the walls. Anyway, you got the Mariner and Boimler and Kirk and Spock, which I guess Mariner has the same handwriting as Kirk. No, because they're carving it into wood. It's not handwriting. But there you go.
This I was slightly annoyed by because you're basically adding your nobodies to some of the biggest celebrities. It's like carving into an antique I was here too.
Yeah.
Or adding another signature to the Magna Carta. It's like,
yeah.
I mean,
Benjamin Franklin carves his name into a bar, and you go and you're like, yeah, me too.
And Billy F. It's like, I mean, she can obviously undo this and like she could, fine, sure, but it's like, wow, you're not that important, guys.
But I do love how the new carving looks new compared to the worn old one.
Yeah.
Nice subtle little touch that didn't have to do, but yeah.
I mean, it is cute, but I wish it'd been like on a different table. Like if she said, "Follow me over here," and then on one of the small tables, that would have been, I think, much nicer moment. Because you don't need them side by side to have the moment. You just need it to be carved in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever.
Ensign BJ Turan throws in $2. Everyone in Star Trek could be court-martialed. Everyone in Star Trek could be court-martialed.
Doesn't mean we want to encourage court-martialable scenes.
No.
Like, sure, but, you know.
So now that that's all done, we don't need the screen. If you upset us, embarrass us, we might duplicate, and eventually there'll be 50 million of us on the screen. That's see? We weren't thinking that, but it'll be funny now. Now it'll be appropriate, because you don't have to worry about the screenshot. But yeah, we're going to go do our wrap-ups here, guys. So let us know your scores. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to super chat them, we'd really appreciate it. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
another $50 in super chats would be fantastic. Way to
Please
close
do.
out.
Yeah.
So another $5 whatever. Anyone that does that, I will read those scores. Everyone else put your chat scores in the regular chat, and Samuel will read those out. But right now, BJ Turan has that last super chat slot. I'd also like to hit 140 likes.
Mm.
So it's another 11 likes. If we can get that, that'd be awesome. Maybe get up to 150, but it might be pushing it. So yeah, we'll just do a wrap up, and don't upset us or embarrass us because we might duplicate. Just saying. Just saying. So I'll go first, I guess. Like I said, this one felt a lot better than the last two that we've seen. They were kind of disappointing to me. This one was fun. The Doopler thing did get a little bit old quick. Like I said, like I told you, I wish they would have got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller the more they
Would have been
duplicated.
smart. And then the
Um,
voice would have made more sense. Oh my god, you could have put the Dooplers could have been we need you
in the model.
we need you to do the warp core. That'd have been funny.
Yes. Have them help with the keys. And then have Rutherford say, no, to put them in this. No, don't. And then they freak out and duplicate and get smaller again so they can hold in big keys.
And so they duplicate in both Cerritos.
Yeah. Yeah. That would have been brilliant.
Oh my god, Rutherford! How do I do this? I want to do the warp core! I'm too small for the keys now!
Anyway, so yeah, this was a fun episode. This is what Lower Decks should be. You should feel fun, have fun, good references to other characters. Many visual references in the store and in the bar. The Boimler and Mariner had some really good scenes. They finally got it all figured out with their fight about him leaving for the Titan, which was great. Good character development for pretty much everybody. Even Freeman and Mariner, kind of hanging out together at the end there was nice. The Tendi Rutherford thing was fun for me because of a model builder. So to be working on the model was nice, and to see the Quarks model kits, that's got to be a thing sometime. You got to be able to buy those. That'd be awesome. Like I said, Eaglemoss should do those for all of the Cerrito, or for all of the Lower Decks ships. That would be awesome. But yeah, so I mean, this was probably the most fun out of this season. But just equally as good as episode 2, Kayshawn, His Eyes Open, in my opinion, just different. That had a different feel to it. Wasn't quite as humorous. But I mean, I think the references are going to rival each other in these two, because we had so many references in the collector ship and now so many references here in the bar and the store, that it's going to be interesting to see. So this one had a more fun feel to it. The other one was fun as well, but a little bit more serious. So wow. For this season on Stewart's scoring, I'm gonna take a page out of your book, I think, and give this like an 8.7 out of 10. For all of Lower Decks, like all of the first season as well, probably a 7 out of 10. It's up there. So yeah, those are my scores. Ha. Take it or leave it.
Well done for being consistent with your scoring, Stuart. Doesn't always happen. Good job. I won't go into any more detail, but you'll see in 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks.
As soon as I said it and I saw the look on your face, I'm like, yeah, I scored correctly. And I don't remember my score from that.
Because sometimes Stuart scores very wrong to his past self. Occasionally, it's like, really?
Depends on my mood. It really does.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, we're at $26 more, and 8 more likes would be perfect.
Yes.
So yeah, my thoughts, and definitely I've appreciated this one more in both the rewatch and this live, which I already enjoyed it quite a lot. So it's definitely good. The chase is the only thing. Well, the chase and the bad mum decision, but she is known for bad decisions, so it is in character. I just don't like it. But she's on a shitty ship. That's the whole point. They're all on shitty ships. The choices they make. So it is consistent, and so you know what I mean. There you go. And the car chase could have been too long, but it wasn't actually. It was filled with very organic references that didn't feel out of place. every opportunity to do logical things that add to the story. It's a simple story, but it's a very effective story, and that's very important in a simple story. These two genuinely bond. They get through some difficult stuff. They bond. It works. They have new chemistry been built from this, which I appreciate. The other two storylines, Tendi didn't get anything herself, but she was a good friend, and she's been so actively crazy beyond crazy this season that it was good to see her just be herself again. So that was nice. Rutherford was dealing with one of his demons in an engineering way. It was good. It wasn't the best thing ever, but it was definitely one of the better storylines, which is great. And the Sweetos model was cute and lovely, and a great payoff to a great bit. Awesome. The mum even like had a good arc. The fact that she was trying to be patient for a long time when the ship is literally destroying around her. I mean, she's grown from season 1, great, but then still with bad choices. But so did Mariner, I guess. Although I guess she'd just walk away, arguably. So I guess Mariner's grown in that way as well. Very few negatives, and you've maybe appreciate it more by saying there's more animated series aliens. There's even more subtlety with some of the gags. Wonderful, very very clever episode with just really positive writing. I think for me, this easily best this season. I can now say easily, not even close. This is one I would consider like a good lower decks, good lower decks. This season, I think I'm going to say a 9.2. My first 9. All the lower decks, then I'm going to say 8.7. Not quite getting to the 9 because they were definitely better of last year, but this is real close. Real close. This would have been a very solid last year one.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first 9, easily the best. It'd be sad if it was the best of the season, but obviously I want to give room for the rest of the season to be better. But I can't give anything less than a 9. And I thought even 9 was being not generous enough. So 9.2. Good job, guys. Well done.
All right. Ensign Marco Von Osh throws in €2
Thank
and
you.
says 8.5 out of 10. That's 8.5 out of 10. Ensign Eric Martin throws in $5. Thanks so much, Eric. 8 out of 10 for the blinking chair all on its own. Too funny. And 8 out of 10 for the blinking chair all on its own. Too funny. Alex Kurtzman. Ensign Fan 1442 puts in £2. Thanks for the live stream. Enjoyed this week's episode chat. Thanks for the live stream. Enjoyed this week's episode chats.
Us two.
Us too. And we're not embarrassed yet, so we haven't duplicated on screen. Samuel. I don't know what I'm going to say. Ensign Lukaku puts in $5.
Thank you.
Lots of nostalgia done right. 9 out of 10. One of the best of the season yet. But just to clarify, lots of nostalgia done right. 9 out of 10. One of the best of the season yet.
But just to clarify, though, it was lots of nostalgia done right. But the only thing that was for the sake of it was the Kirk and thing engraving. The way they would have done that better and be more organic is if there was a picture of them in front of the bar and they notice it, because there's lots of paintings already, and then they say, oh, they drank here? Yes, they fly now. They drank here. Just the way I said that was... That I think would have been less cute, but more intelligent as like a organic reference rather than just it's right there. But I mean, this is how universe building done right. You know, just they're just in the world. It felt so visceral to the world. Ooh, $17, guys. We're so close.
Guys, 8 more likes would be awesome. Get to 150, and
Yeah.
$17. Right now, Peter or Ensign Lukaku has the last super chat slot. If anybody wants to snipe in there, and like I said, another $17. So a couple of 5s would be awesome if you can. And 7 more likes. I think 7 people out there have not hit that like button yet. Don't hit it twice. Don't duplicate it because that just takes it away. But just hit it once, or tap it once, or press it once, or touch it once, or caress it once, or stroke it once.
So give your non-super scores. I see a few scores here. I really want to know what you guys think. I'd love to see everyone vote in the chat what your scores are. But let's read out some non-super chat scores. We've got 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 4.10A. Okay. Interesting. Or 4 out of 10, I assume, but that's pretty low. 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9.975. 7 out of 10, 8, 8, 8.6, 8, 9, 9, 8, 8.5. You said 8, 7, 9, 8.9, 7. Yeah.
So pretty consistent across the board, actually.
I think I just liked it more because it was better than the other episodes. So obviously it's for this season, isn't it? So it's so much better than the other ones for me that it gets a higher score.
Yeah. Yep.
Which, yeah, makes a lot of sense, actually.
Ensign Van Osh throws in €1 for the last super chat slot, and then gets.
It's really confusing me because I literally was like, you haven't read all super chats because you keep replacing the name with Ensign. So I'm waiting for their actual full super chat names. And I was like, how many do we have that isn't up to where we are? I'm like, no, you're saying Ensign. God damn it! You really confused me like 5 minutes ago. I was.
Well,
totally
he gets blown out of the water by Ensign Boardman with $5. Doomsday device on the bar snipe. Ka-ching.
Good looking Doomsday. And not TOS remastered. That was original TOS Doomsday, which then recanonizes TOS Classic. Think about that for a second.
My brain hurts.
Because there's only ever one Doomsday machine. I'm just saying.
Ensign Montgomery puts in $10. Snipes should do the trick. I've been reading these twice. Snipes should do the trick. And Doomsday device on the bar snipe. There you go. Ensign Von Osh puts in €2. Snipe.
One's a question mark, one's an exclamation mark. Snipe. So yeah, well done Lower Decks, my favourite one so far. Tune in tomorrow for the Prodigy trailer review analysis breakdown. We released the trailer review breakdown video today, but tomorrow will be the live version where we discuss it and see what you guys think. I'm interested to see the overall discussion on that.
Are we doing it at the same time? Or are we going to do it earlier in the day? We haven't decided yet. Probably the same time-ish.
Yeah, I mean, after dinner.
Yeah. So yeah, around 5 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, and Sunday we'll be doing a live one as well. So stay tuned for those. And tonight I might go live as well. I don't have anything scheduled, but depending how I feel, I think I'll probably end up going live and hanging out with you guys again, because I hung out with you guys last night and it was really fun. Talked about the episode for maybe half an hour, and then the other hour and a half was just talking about everything else. Oh yeah.
Oh dear me. That's funny.
Every now and then something would come up, but no, it's really great. 152 likes. That's awesome. The super chat's perfectly where we need to be. Marco or Ensign Von Osh is now the last super chat slot. So if anybody wants to scoop it, they can. But we're actually just sitting really good. So
yes, and Metallica fan asks when we're doing the Strange New Worlds discussion. Probably Sunday. Although we've already done almost all the videos on that. So there's lots next week, which is the detailed stuff. But probably on Sunday, kind of get them all out back to back. I don't particularly think we need to do a Lower Decks Season 2 trailer, rest of Season 2, because
second half of the season. Yeah.
There's like nothing in it to talk about at all for me. So I don't want to talk about that necessarily. I'd rather see the episodes, which is what's happening right now. And then next week, obviously, we're gonna have Lower Decks again. A lot of edited videos, a lot of good stuff coming out. Shall I reveal what tomorrow? Well, tell what. Can we get a $1 super chat, or I guess $2 to say something for what tomorrow's video is, or can anyone guess?
Well, Ensign Cassell III puts in $5 with a scoop. First time I've seen that name super chat, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And Ensign Fan 1442 says, Stuart, your GoBot videos brought back memories from my childhood. Oh. That was the point. That's what I wanted to do. And there'll be more stuff like that coming up. So
very nice.
So what are you asking somebody to super chat with? What tomorrow's video is?
Does somebody really want to know what tomorrow's video is? A Saturday release. I was going to say.
Oh, the regular release. Okay.
Because I've already edited it now, and it's we said some good stuff. Who wants to know what tomorrow's video is?
Did you add the tags, or do I have to do that again?
I haven't uploaded it yet, Stuart.
Well, that would be the good answer then.
Yeah. I don't think I've actually uploaded any of the today ones. No, I finished that.
We did one because you had to.
Yeah.
What we're talking about today.
Yes. No, for sure. Which I liked. I thought that was actually quite a good review we did as well. It was a lot of, it felt more like one of our older reviews where it's just like, oh, there's so much. Not only did no one super chat, the chat stopped apparently. So on mine it's paused. If that's
paused.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap the chat.
Yeah, no one chatted after I said, "Do you want to know what the episode is?"
It went dead.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, okay. I guess everyone stopped talking. That's really weird, actually. I'm just going to explode with things in a minute. But this was fun, Stuart. I will see you tomorrow for a rare weekend lives, but not drunk, so don't be expecting boozy booze.
Ensign Van Osh. Is it about the Prodigy trailer, maybe?
No, but we are doing that tomorrow as a live.
What do we like to talk about? What does Samuel really have a thing for? And maybe... I don't know how else to say it without giving too much away. Close the circuit. Or get the Spock out. Let's just tell them. I'm just going to tell you because whatever. It's about the Strange New Worlds costumes, uniforms. Yeah, we're going to be discussing that. It's our Saturday. It's not ship related, but it is important.
It is tech.
It is important new stuff. Yes, absolutely. It's not really tech, but it fits in that box.
There's probably some tech on it, but there's 3 new uniforms in that trailer, which isn't even a trailer.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Ensign Boardman throws in $5. Update on Trek Shorts tomorrow? Question mark.
No.
Update on Trek Shorts tomorrow.
I have like 14 videos to edit. I'm not doing a Trek Shorts.
And Dan, you don't have to watch. We don't. It's fine.
It's a really good video though. So you're lost.
It's gonna be really really good. Yeah. But he's very vocal about. Oh, today's live's that. It's like, okay, well, it's not, you can't make everybody happy all the time, so.
But apparently we have today, because it's been a really great show. So, thanks all.
Really great show.
Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow twice, because live and pre-recorded. I'm going to go about editing.
Yeah. So, see you later, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a good one, and Ensign Boardman is the proud owner of the last Super Chat slot. So until next time, guys, he's got Ensign. I was going to say Captain for some reason. You're Ensign Cockings.
And he's Ensign Foley.
That's right.
Bye, guys.
That's depressing.